Greetings, my friends, and welcome to another Empire Total War Nations Guide. And today we're going to be looking at Dresden, Saxony, one of the smaller nations here, one of the sort of smaller regions, as it were, here. Really is quite significantly smaller than anything else we've seen thus far. And also in terms of its geographical location, it is quite sort of isolated in terms of what it can do and whom it can strike out at if you're looking to expand quite quickly, in which this case you are looking to expand as quickly as you possibly can. Now there's in the north you've got the Prussians, in the south you've got the Austrians, to the sort of the east you've got, of course, Poland, which is a very powerful sort of empire at this time as well. You've also got the Prussians up there in Königsberg, but they can't really break out because they've got the Polish as well, sort of separating between Berlin and Königsberg. You've got this Gdansk has been taken by Poland. And then to the west you've got the sort of, again, the smaller nations of Bavaria, Hanover, Westphalia, Württemberg. And then of course you've got the Spanish here and the Brussels, and further west you've got France, and again sort of up here you've got the Dutch as well. So you're not surrounded, I would say, but you are indeed sort of compacted here of enemies that are already well established, i.e. Austria and Poland, and also the potential of potential enemies or even indeed friends here in terms of Prussia, which again can be quite an extensive empire if it is allowed to grow. And also then you've got Munich and Bavaria and the others that can be swallowed up by sort of France and Austria as the sort of time goes by. You want to make sure that you're not going to be one of those going to be swallowed up quite quickly. So let's have a look at the potentials you've got here. Let's have a look at what you start out with in terms of money, which is always the most important thing. You start off with 7,500 here available funds. Not a huge amount, but good enough to get yourself a good standing army that would be able to strike out at potential sort of targets, which we will have a look at in a bit further on. We could potentially grow that quite quickly. And where you are, you can get some good trade agreements, and you can expand your economy quite quickly, especially based on trade. You don't have much production available to you, but trade again will be pretty crucial here. So let's have a look at our summary here. What we've got: income is only 682. We've got no trade income at all, zero trade income, which is pretty appalling. And of course we're at war with Barbary states and pirates, which is a standard fare. We've only got 1,450 coming in every single turn. Army upkeep is just significant. Only if we didn't have this other sort of negotiations and diplomatic payments and protectorates, things like that, we would be in some serious trouble here in terms of our economy. Luckily we don't. Luckily we've got this. We've got 682 coming in. Our army upkeep here is under 1,000, but that will balloon quite quickly. So as soon as you start producing more units, this is going to expand quite quickly. So you've got to be keep an eye on this. 450 sounds a lot, but once you start adding a few regiments to your army, then you're going to start to struggle with the finances. So let's look at our trade, which I think is probably one of the most important things. You're not trading with anybody at all. Not a single soul are you trading with, and there's the problem. You have to get trade up as quickly as possible. It really is absolutely crucial that you're trading as quickly as possible here to try and get yourself really sort of get your diplomatic relations here. As you can see here, you can only sort of trade with Prussia and Austria, both of them indifferent towards you, which is not too good. Then you've got Hanover, of course, all the sort of very close nations here. You don't have the capacity to be able to trade significantly here. Westphalia. So your trade sort of negotiations are going to be quite limited. You are limited to basically the nations surrounding you and near you, and they are all indifferent towards you, which means you could probably be attacked quite quickly if you don't attack first. So it's a sort of a do or die mentality you have to do when you're with Saxony, and indeed with any of the smaller sort of single region countries here. You really do have to absolutely be very organized, exceptionally well structured campaign. You know what you want to do, know where you want to go. When you attack, you have to take your target. You have to conquer your target immediately as soon as you attack. Otherwise, a protracted long war is not going to suit you at all. You will fail. So, as we were saying here, let's have a look. So trade is pretty much is zero at the moment. Let's look at our ministers here. We start out with pretty good head here. Treasury is not brilliant. Because you're an absolute monarchy, you can swap in and out these gentlemen at will here. Personally, I would probably put, mind you, that balance is out, not too bad. This is a stall holder, but again, so you could actually put this gentleman in here. Veldig-Leiping. He could be moved into treasury, and it's there you are straight away. Already your bonus is increased here. So that's a gain. Because you're absolute monarchy, you can swap them in and out as you please. Justice is very good. Luckily your army sort of Lord Secretary of War is excellent. Your navy not so, but you're not worried about navy. Navy is when you're going to be one of your least problems here. One of the things you have to worry about least, because you don't have a port. You're landlocked here at the moment, so you haven't got to worry about a navy. To me, there's no point having a naval minister whatsoever. That's a complete waste of money. But where do you go from here? What are your options? My first thought would be to go immediately and attack Prussia. You have no alliances with anybody. You're not friendly with anybody at the moment. Everybody's indifferent. Everybody sort of is, well, they just basically shrug their shoulders at you because you're not large enough, you're not big enough to be of any consequence to them. But as you can see here, you have to be careful who you attack because their allies here. So Westphalia have got allies in Austria, Hanover and Württemberg. So you're looking to attack Prussia. See allies here, Westphalia and Great Britain. And who did Prussia have as their... They got no allies. So immediately, my first thought would be is to recruit. And again, you've got some good units. So you've got cavalry, basic cavalry, regiment, Saxon Regiment of foot. You've got militia units, and again, you've got your standard cannon here. Again, you've got an army here, but not a brilliant standing army to start with. You've got some cavalry, some pikemen, and militia. Now, I get rid of pikemen immediately. I disband the pikemen, and I would rather have this money, although it's not a huge amount of upkeep cost. I would rather keep the upkeep cost to having a regiment, a proper full-on regiment. I know some people do like to use the pikemen. They think they're fantastic. Personally, from my own opinion, I'm not saying my way is the right way. I'm not saying it's the only way to go. I'm just saying from my personal experience, I would rather use the money, the upkeep money, from the pikemen to go towards having a full-on regiment, sort of, a proper regiment that you can use. And I would, if it was me, I would build up my army to as full stack as I possibly could, and I would attack Berlin. I would attack Berlin immediately to try and grab what they've got here. It would give you not only a port here on the Baltic Sea, it'd give you additional college. We've got a school here, but again, your research technology would absolutely shoot up with two colleges, two schools, two research centres, absolutely on the doorstep of each other. That would be absolutely fantastic. You have a farm here, and that is it. That is it. That's all you've got. We've got mines here. I do beg your pardon. You do have mines here, bringing in 1,050 that game, but that's not brilliant. But if you took Berlin, you'd have not only a massive production centre with already a barracks established and a royal palace and a conservatorium and also a cannon foundry, and dare I say, you've already got basic roads up and running here as well, and a good sort of infrastructure here as well. Two lots of farmland, so you've got peasant farms here and also a farm with abundant yields, a weaver's cottage which brings in, what dare I say, 787 and plus 10 to wealth per region. So that if that was me, the first target would be Berlin, and I would strike with a full stack army as quickly as I possibly could. Again, you've only got an army encampment, you've got a cannon foundry, which is the basic, you've got a governor's mansion again, which is good but not brilliant, you've got a conservatorium, infrastructure is basic roads, cobbled roads you can get. But if it was me, I would pour all my resources, most of my money into not only constructing a barracks, which does give you the potential to sort of recruit the field Jaeger here, but again you need machine rifle. Machine rifling is one of the last technology you can research on the military tree. So to be honest, you're only getting barracks to be able to progress to get military syllabus, square formation and ring bayonet. These are the three you're getting it for. You're not getting it for this, you're getting it for those three here. And with that, I would build an army and I would attack Berlin as quickly as possible, because Berlin is pulling in nearly 3,000 per turn. You will, of course, get a huge amount of resistance from the general populace, but you're going to have to quash that as quickly as you possibly can. And you're also going to have to keep troops in here as well, in case Austria ever taking a liking to your to Saxony as well. But if you could get these two huge cities here working for you with the income as well, then you already have established yourself as quite a powerful force here in the centre of Europe. You might even want to look at Prague. Now Prague is open. They've got nothing here at all, Austria, but the problem is Austria does have Vienna, Hungary, Silesia, Zagreb, And and they've also got Transylvania here as well, so they already have quite an established empire here with a lot more income than you. So if you were to attack Prague, again, you would be up a quite, not only a powerful nation, but a rich nation as well. Whereas Prussia has no allies at all. It has none whatsoever. So you're attacking a nation that isn't going to have someone coming to the defense as well. You're basically fighting, you're going to have a clean sheet and a clean slate here. And you've got Poland here probably fighting to take Königsberg as well. And the chances are that Prussia would probably disappear within the first couple of years of the campaign, leaving you to be able to establish yourself here quite well. And then once you've established yourself with these two regions, then you could look further afield, Hanover, you could look at Bavaria, you could even look at Austria potentially. But you can then start looking further west here at other sort of the smaller nations. And although they are sort of allied with more powerful nations, that doesn't mean you can't. You even can establish quite a long and quite a large trade network as well here with Hanover, with Bavaria, and then via those trading agreements, by proxy, you would then have sort of France coming in because they would see you as more of a power. Remember that you want to be a force to reckon with as quickly as possible. So that again would be my recommendation. Again, that is not I'm not saying that's the only way or it's the right way. I'm just saying that is my sort of preference I would do. Of course, each of you would have your own reasons for going to a different location. You might have your own suggestions. Again, put them in the comments, my friends. Let me know what you would do if you were sort of playing with Saxony. So then let's have a look at our research here. Let's see what research will give us. Again, we're looking at plug bayonets as standard. Let's have a look at what drill school would give us. And look, oh my word, look at that. That is a magnificent options they give you here. You've got company infantry. And they're going to open up here. Look at that. Horse Jäger. You've got sepoys. Again, you've got the standard infantry. Look at that. Von Schilsch's Hussars. I'm probably saying all of these completely wrong. I do apologise. But look at that. That is magnificent. Saxon Regiment. I do love the uniforms of these. They do look fantastic. Colonial Line Infantry, African Natives, Company, look, oh my word, look at that. Kurpensiesen Grenadiers, my word, they look absolutely fantastic. And that is only sort of two down the tech tree to get that. Expatriates are always good to use, very good to sort of fill out your armies. Jaegers, Carbonigade, so that's basically carbines. Prince Karl Dragoons, my word, magnificent. And then sort of the standard colonial dragoons. Who else does I look at else? We get here research, and then we can move down to military academy. That will give us what exactly? That's going to give us what additional here? Byron Cuirassiers. Oh my goodness me, that is magnificent. You get General's Bodyguard. Again, the standard as you had before. Nothing new here, I don't believe. Nope. Nothing at all, but this heavy cavalry is going to really come into its own there. If you can use that research to your advantage. Army board, what's that going to give you? That's going to give you the standard here, but some of them upgraded. You get upgrade here on the horse. Oh, Garde de Corps, look at that. That is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful here. Some of these options are absolutely fantastic you can get here. And finally, last but not least, Army Staff College. Oh my god, Republican Guard. Garde des Fous. Look at that. Look at the cost, 1,200. Of course, they are basically royal, they're royal guards. Oh my word, these are some magnificent options you can get here. Oh my word, look at that. Liebe Grenadier. Oh wow, absolutely fantastic. There really is some great options here for the Saxons. What a wonderful nation that would be to play. And of course you get the standard then when you're moving down to energy school where you've got 24 pounders, so you're getting your standard here. But again, you've got to prioritise. Personally, if it was me, I would be putting it into the first lot of barracks here. Then I'd get the infrastructure up and running, but I would potentially put all of this money into getting a good standing army to be able to attack Berlin, and then from there you can expand either westward, taking out the other smaller nations, or you might be strong enough to stand up to Austria, maybe getting a sort of an alliance here with Poland. Poland would probably take care of the rest of Königsberg here in Prussia, and then if you had an alliance with Poland, look, Poland are very friendly with you, so again, you could probably get an alliance with them. Oh, actually, we're already allied. Oh, but protectorates of Poland. Even better, my friends, even better. So we're under protectorate of Poland, which makes us under the Polish umbrella here, the guise of Poland, we could absolutely smash it. We've got Russia as well as allies and Denmark, so we'd be covered here, and we'd have the backing of the might of the Russian Empire behind us as well. That coming in, we are protectorates of Poland, so people would actually be very wary of attacking us here, but we would then be able to attack sort of Berlin on behalf of Poland, which is even better, my friends. That is a wonderful position to be in, and actually I potentially might even play a Saxony Let's Play, because it does give you quite a lot of very nice options to play with. It really, really does. What an interesting campaign that would be. But anyway, friends, that pretty much gives you a sort of a brief overview of Saxony there, my friends. Let me know if any of you have played Saxony. Please let me know, what you have done, how you have played it. I'm not going to really expand out to sort of Saxony looking in America and India and that, because to be honest with you, you're not starting off as sort of a Spain or a France or a Britain where you're already, or Russia where you've got a huge sort of empire already, and you'll be looking further afield quite quickly at America and at India. Because already your empire is always so well established, you've got the forces to be able to attack different continents. With Saxony, you're looking just to survive for the first couple of years and expand very slowly. So America and India and that are very, very far away in terms of conquering those. You'd have to, that's 20, 30, even 40 years into a campaign before you might be able to even have the sort of the firepower to be able to go and take that. As within Poland and Spain and France, they would be able to do that within 10 years. They'd be looking to sort of strike in at America and India and that, because they've got the firepower. They've also got the economy which to do so. But please let me know what you think, my friends. If you've enjoyed this, please comment, like, and subscribe. As always, please keep your comments coming down below. I do apologise for, again, the sort of the slowness of not being able to put out my main sort of campaigns. I am hoping to be able to record a USA campaign very soon whilst I'm away. But as you can imagine, I am sort of, I'm away, so I'm doing quite a different other things, and I'm not able to really sit down and really sort of focus on it yet. I'm hoping soon. If you don't see USA campaign coming out very soon, then believe me, I'll probably do some more historic battles and also put out some more nations guides. I know some of you have been asking for some more nations guides, and also do some tactics as well. I really want to do some tactical sort of advice as well for Empire. But if you don't see a USA campaign, it will, when I get back home and I'm able to sort of sit down, I've got the proper broadband and I've got the time to be able to do it as well in the evenings, then you will see the USA campaign coming out then. But I hope whatever you do, my friends, hope you're all well. I hope everything is going well for you all, and I hopefully speak to you very soon, my friends. But until next time, and I hope you've enjoyed this, but until next time, my friends, bye for now.